Most people trade respect for attention without noticing. They confuse being seen with being valued deeply. Attention is easy to gain, but difficult to sustain. Respect grows slowly and disappears when boundaries weaken. Human behavior follows patterns shaped by social reward systems. The brain seeks validation through quick emotional feedback loops. Attention provides immediate stimulation without requiring deeper personal substance. Respect demands consistency, discipline, and controlled emotional expression. In social environments, attention often appears louder and more visible. People who dominate conversations usually attract temporary interest quickly. However, their presence rarely creates lasting psychological weight among others. Respect operates quietly and builds influence beneath observable surface behavior. It emerges from restraint, clarity, and consistent internal alignment. Consider a common situation within group conversations or gatherings. One person constantly jokes, interrupts, and seeks constant reactions. Another person speaks less but listens with focused attention. The first gains laughs, while the second gains silent authority. Over time, people remember who felt stable and grounded. This difference reflects a deeper psychological valuation mechanism. Humans subconsciously rank others based on perceived emotional control. Those who seek attention signal a need for external validation. Those who remain composed signal independence from social approval systems. The mind interprets independence as strength and reliability over time. Attention operates on novelty, exaggeration, and emotional stimulation patterns. It requires constant input to maintain its temporary social effect. Once stimulation fades, attention quickly shifts toward newer sources. Respect does not rely on constant external reinforcement mechanisms. It is maintained through consistent behavior aligned with internal standards. Another layer reveals how scarcity influences human value. What appears frequently becomes familiar and loses perceived importance. What remains limited gains psychological weight and deeper curiosity. Attention seekers often overexpose themselves to maintain visibility constantly. This overexposure reduces perceived depth and long-term social significance. In contrast, those who value respect regulate their presence carefully. They speak when necessary and avoid unnecessary emotional displays. Their restraint creates space for others to observe and interpret. This ambiguity increases perceived depth within social perception frameworks. Workplace dynamics often reveal this pattern with striking clarity. Employees seeking attention highlight every small achievement loudly. They aim to secure immediate recognition from peers and authority. Others focus quietly on consistent performance and disciplined execution. Over time, authority trusts the consistent individuals more deeply. Trust forms the foundation of respect within all human interactions. It requires predictability, emotional stability, and controlled behavioral patterns. Attention rarely builds trust because it relies on variability. What fluctuates constantly cannot be relied upon for long periods. The mind avoids attaching respect to unstable behavioral signals. Another important factor is emotional self-regulation in social environments. Attention seekers often react quickly to maintain engagement and visibility. Their reactions reveal dependency on external emotional stimulation loops. Respectful individuals observe first and respond with deliberate timing. This delay signals control over impulses and internal emotional balance. Humans naturally gravitate toward those who appear internally stable. Stability suggests safety, competence, and long-term relational reliability. Attention-driven behavior often appears unpredictable and emotionally reactive. This unpredictability weakens perceived authority within social hierarchies. Attraction dynamics follow similar psychological rules and patterns. Individuals who seek attention often appear overly available emotionally. This availability reduces perceived value within attraction frameworks significantly. Those who maintain boundaries create tension and psychological intrigue. Intrigue fuels attraction far more effectively than constant visibility. Respect is closely linked with personal boundaries and self-definition. Clear boundaries signal awareness of personal limits and priorities. Attention-seeking often dissolves boundaries for immediate social approval. This dissolution communicates a willingness to compromise personal standards. Others unconsciously devalue those who compromise too easily. Another insight lies in how silence influences social perception. Silence creates space for others to project meaning and significance. Those who speak less are often perceived as more thoughtful. Their words carry greater weight because they are limited. Attention seekers dilute their impact through excessive communication patterns. In digital environments, this pattern becomes even more amplified. Constant posting creates visibility but reduces perceived personal depth. Scarcity of expression increases curiosity and perceived authenticity levels. People respect what feels intentional rather than constantly displayed. Understanding this pattern shifts perception of everyday interactions significantly. Loud behavior no longer appears impressive, but rather compensatory. Quiet confidence begins to reveal deeper layers of psychological strength. Social dynamics become clearer when viewed through this lens. This awareness changes how one interprets others' behavioral choices. Attention-seeking becomes visible as a form of dependency expression. Respectful behavior appears as a form of internal independence. This distinction alters how influence and authority are perceived. True social power rarely announces itself through visible displays. It exists in restraint, consistency, and controlled emotional presence. Those who understand this move differently within social environments. They prioritize depth over visibility and substance over stimulation. In the end, human perception rewards what feels grounded and stable. Attention fades with time, but respect compounds quietly over years. What is earned slowly tends to remain long after noise disappears.